I mean, I don't know. I'm just so pumped. But PDD is my big short, and IWM is my big long, and I'm very happy. That's all I know.
I'm very happy. Good stuff.
So I'll just let them go, and I got GDX long, which looks okay.
That spot again. Yo, can IWM just break 197 for me so I can have the conch?
97? What are we there? When I have March 200.
197, bro. We're at 196.50 right now.
You know what? I said the March 200. I'm like, these are going to be in the money. That's it.
You did say
the story.
You did say that. I remember you tweeting it Friday too. Bix new lows today.
I heard nothing. AMD, NVDA new lows.
We did the right lows this morning as well.
So you have semis starting to weaken here. The small caps are still holding firm. Apple's still holding firm, but small caps are starting to weaken. Strength in energy stocks. We took profits on a rig long already. We took profits on a QQQ short. Still riding an Apple short and a Russell 2000 short at this point in time. My members added a whole bunch of different positions today. So if you're interested to see how we're trading, it's going to be a wild earnings week. And we also have FOMC rate hike decision next week. So definitely there's lots of data that we're going to have to digest. And if you're not sure as to which direction the market is likely going to go, definitely encourage you to check out my tradingcapital.ca Discord.
Yep, that was my only concern here.
Whoops. Small caps are still running here. It's looking like it wants to go negative, putting in a nasty hourly reversal candle. Again, Microsoft gone negative, Amazon gone negative. Meta, Google are rolling over pretty hard here. So it's looking like we should see some continuation weakness to the downside here. If we look at the holding strong, if we look at the S&P, you can see we have a potential head and shoulders pattern that needs to be on watch and monitored. And since this is at the highs of the chart, it does have a higher degree of certainty of breaking down. Oil's ripping up 1.37%. Nat gas is getting demolished, but we are holding a UNG trade slightly in the money here by about 3 cents. I am going to put in a break-even stop loss at that 493 level, so about 1 cent in the money. Our entry.
Damn, no, I think bought up here though. I don't watch.
That's from a freight range.
Yeah, that's nice there. Wow, you scaled there. I only got like a little portion left.
So I'm still holding short a Russell 2000, IWM, slightly down on the trade, and we're short Apple, slightly down on the trade. We already took profits on the Qs. We took profits on RIG. So a couple nice trades in the books on the winning side. So we're basically now flat on the Russell.
Guys, I'm long at 65.
We're going to keep our eye on the Russell since it is the leading indice. Keep your eye on Apple.
It hit that level I was looking for.
Nice.
So in the last 2 hours, AMD is engulfing 6 hours of price action so far.
Got Microsoft is just weak. We're hitting Friday's low here.
I filled the covered call on DLTR to collect premium for the week. I got a decently near high, so it was a pretty good spot. Yard.
Somebody said SMCI from 485 to 416. Yeah, that's brutal.
AMD staying about 160, 165 there. It's still bullish. I also got put credits the expiring on Friday.
What a great start to the day. Well,
I agree.
Unless you're paper.
Well, luckily you didn't take any trades, right?
Oh yeah, hell no. Actually,
Okay, good.
the trades that I have on are all green. So there's that.
I'm actually surprised you use trading view charts. I happen to like Thinkorswim's charts better.
I specifically don't use Thinkorswim because they have a memory leak in their application.
Like how it just drains your freaking computer like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're
Exactly.
not wrong there. That's why.
All right, so the Russell, we're nicely in the money here. AMD's still selling off pretty hard here, pretty ferociously.
And it's still like holy crap.
Yeah. It wouldn't really matter. You have to reboot it otherwise. I like to have a lot of settings, and I do like my settings. So they're a handful.
Oh, Apple actually looks kind of weak up here. Angling.
What? Bangler?
Oh, yeah, you got a little dang there. Gotta be careful for those.
Eric got SPY.
Are you longer? Oh, you're short.
All right, big breakdown occurring in the semis. Tesla's flipping here. Tesla's about to go negative. Still have strength in the energy market, but XOM is weak. It's lagging. The biggest XOM component in the energy sector is lagging here. Big lag. Carvana is still up 8. Upstart's up 10. Huge rips. After SMCI was up 6%, it's reversed now down 1.7. Perhaps we've seen a little bit of a near-term high in the semiconductor market. Again, hard sell-off occurring in the S&P indice here. I'm still short. Apple's now starting to come down. So take a look at that Apple 1-minute chart. Heavy selling there, which is resulting in the S&P going lower. Got some support here, this EMA 113. Whoa, we just got knifed through that. Expect more downside, guys. The head and shoulders target takes us to 483.40. I still see support at this 483 level. We have a nice upsloping channel. But heavy selling coming in, guys. Heavy selling coming in. Bitcoin's starting to firm up. Meta's still falling.
There we go. Give me that.
Give it to the shark. Give it to the shark.
Scaling 3
So just like that, we are flat on our Apple trade. Apple's still the best performing mega cap, up 1.38%. We are nicely in the money on our Russell 2000 trade. We are nicely in the money on our Russell 2000 trade. I could honestly see the Russell retracing all the way back down to this 193 area. You know, you look at this DXY chart, it is looking extremely bullish and a nice pullback. And you are trying to see a potential breakout here. If you get above these two little trend lines on the Dixie, then you have a nice inverse head and shoulders trigger that should push the DXY all the way up to about 103.40-ish. So you can see here there's a nice little pattern at play. The 10-minute chart, that's an inverse head and shoulders. That's a strong one. That's a very, very strong one. Take a look at what's occurring in the indices. Big drop on the SPY there, big drop. So I'm still short the Russell, and I'm short Micron. Micron's still trying to hold above and break out. That Dixie's still surging, guys. The VIX just flipped green.
Good morning, gents. Hope everybody had a good morning. Big day Monday, baby. Wasabi. You are doing it. I know Frank had a good morning. I've been up since 7:30 today.
Today the stream is not proper. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know why it's not. There might be some issues with TradingView, honestly. Like I was having some issues in the morning trying to actually get the stream started. So there might be some stream. Can you explain a little bit more there, Smart Star? Is it laggy? Is it choppy? Is it just cutting in and out? What's...
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I'm actually gonna join you, so actually you should probably sell. What's up, guys? I'm back. Sorry, I forgot I was supposed to be on Book Space. Oh, you good? You had to dip out earlier. This is good. Not to watch Amazon here, inverted hammer candle on the 10 and 15 minute. I'll show you inverted. I want you to hit me on the bottom. IWM's killing me today. Joe is ripping in the morning. Yeah, I missed the rip for the upside, so it's okay. It's going to go to 197. I know that. So when it gets to 197, I'm going to short. And it went to 196.82. And it just freaking dumped. I was like, damn. I took QQQ shorts earlier around like 10:30.
Russell pivot, you'll have some support in and around this range here now. But this is looking very, very weak on the session. You have a potential falling wedge pattern here too that we have to keep an eye on the Russell. It is a viable level, so if we fall into this lower range, preferably this pivot here, we can actually look for a Russell bounce. I do think we still see a little bit more downside. but indices are trying to bounce here. The dollar's softening just a little bit.
I'm looking for 422 actually.
Still think we have one more flush on the Russell down to the falling wedge before we see a bigger bounce, but we are trying to bounce. Dollar on the 5-minute chart did confirm the breakout, so we're looking for now 10-minute confirmation, which it has not done so yet. It still has 3 minutes and 50 seconds on the 10-minute candle to confirm that breakout, and I do believe if it does confirm that breakout, we should see some downside resume in the market. Micron's pushing up.
Okay, 12% of those QQQs.
All right, guys, I'm about to add to Micron. I just added at 88.70 to my Micron short, 88.70 to my Micron short.
Only stock.
You shut your mouth. Yeah, I thought he was.
So right into these pivot zone resistance, brings our average up nicely to 88.60. IWM is trying to break out here.
20% QQQ.
I just sold my calls. There's the dig. There's the dig.
There's the day.
We were at 19.64% on the day after action.
There we go. Yeah, my stock's setting profit on the last 4 contracts. I get stopped. It is what it is.
I might cry a little. Oh,
Why are you gonna cry?
I can't say. I can't see anything. I have no idea what's going on.
Here's a fact of the previous discipline.
Natural gas appears to be wanting to make another low, so keep your eye on nat gas. I am interested in another long trigger, but it needs to make a new low. Nat gas needs to make a new low, and I do think there's a great shot that it can. It's down 6%, so it's certainly down quite a bit. Trashman keeps cutting in and out on YouTube. Oh, unfortunately, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, let me try something here. Just give me a second, guys. Appreciate the feedback, though.
10-minute inverted hammer that already played up.
Right now, we're right above the ATR, which to me is like typically potential reversal, which is why I want to get out with it.
Was it a reversal or was that just in the lower high?
You know what I'm saying? Like right now.
Well, that's what. Oh, you're gonna go long here.
No, I'm not going in. I was just saying we're back above the ATR. Now we're starting to top weight and we have a little
You know, I can't see ATR because I have no idea where we are.
Red Q made a higher low.
Here, paper. I'll text you a picture.
But it's that's weird. He's back in it.
Yeah, it's super weird. It's showing full strength on my TradingView connection. But I do believe you guys because I was having issues connecting to the stream earlier on.
Thank you, Les. I was looking for some reason I went to the support.
Pausing every 5 seconds. Okay. Well, I'm just trying something here. Just bear with me. More. So it's actually selling off right now. It's still positive on the session, but you can see it's pulled in from the highs. This is a very, very constructive bullish pattern that is forming on the daily chart of J&J. And what's interesting is that you have had this bullish breakout. So I'm just going to draw in this little bit of a breakout trend line. You can see this is your little inverse head and shoulders pattern on Johnson & Johnson that has broken out and triggered. Let me just get my drawing tool. You can see this is a nice bullish pattern in the healthcare sector that should yield some more upside. Now, based off of this inverse, breakout from here, you should see a move all the way back up to about 173.58. That could happen in one day. You have a big gap fill sitting here at roughly the high end of this range. I do have a downsloping channel. This is a beautiful channel to watch. J&J has just been chopping in it really since it put in its pivot high in April of 2022. High, another high, low, high. So it does look like it wants to push higher here. But obviously anything can happen on earnings, which is why it's super, super risky to play. But technically speaking, this pattern does suggest more upside, but obviously earnings is a huge fundamental catalyst that could definitely shake things up. So it's not a slam dunk of a pattern. It's very, very risky going into. Expectations on earnings right now is for estimate of 21.02 billion, $2.2.08 per share. They have a really, really strong tendency of hitting earnings. Concerned about that, but it's more or less as to how the sentiment in the healthcare is expected to take this. I mean, are we going to see a poor forward guidance for J&J? You know, the last earnings report, you can see we actually beat as well. It had a big whip up and then got sold into. So just be mindful. We are putting in potentially lower highs and lower lows, which does, to me, it puts into perspective that sentiment is slightly more bearish at this point in time over the longer term picture, but you do have a potential bullish pattern that wants to break out. It attempted a breakout today and is seeing a nice reversal at this point in time. All right, let's also take a look at like RTX while we're just waiting for some of these trades. RTX, very similar pattern, another inverse head and shoulders breakout, bull flag consolidation. Looks like it wants to attack the gap fill. I would love to see this actually dump into this area before it pushes up. I want to see that check mark pattern before it basically continuation, but no bias here. Again, could drop, it could pop. If it drops, you will have support at that neckline. If you lose this neckline, that's very, very bearish, but as long as you hold above that, that's still a very, very bullish chart and does have a potential to go higher. You also have Procter & Gamble, DHR, Horton, Halliburton, Picard, so some big, big names that are reporting. And again, Procter & Gamble below the EMA 113. I never liked that one. It's below the EMA 113 heading into earnings. This chart's looking very sloppy and choppy. I mean, it's a very hard chart to digest and analyze right now. The only positive is since you put in this low, you've been putting in higher lows but lower highs, just forming a massive wedge pattern on the daily chart. Let's look at the weekly time frame of PG, Procter & Gamble. We're just waiting on our S&P short trade, our Russell 2000 short trade, our Micron short. So we're still holding positions, but just waiting patiently on these names. 37% plus DWAC. Yeah, I mean, Nareesh, welcome back. Don't tell me you hit that DWAC call. I mean, you were on fire last week. You know, DWAC's probably going to be running the whole time as we're in this election cycle. There's probably going to be pullbacks along the ways, but I mean, with Governor DeSantis dropping out there, it's Sorry about that, CA. The stream still was. I think a lot of inverse head and shoulders going around your spine, QQQ. Just took a high, get a big push to the high.
Since Mikey's been
Finally.
See, Mike, you never take any of my.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. Who McGee?
But it wasn't mine.
Well, I mean, I think he said calls for.
Oh, true. Mike, I feel golden.
Kind of did.
Are the S&Ps trying to push up again?
I'm doing for 0 to TE.
Want to retrace into the dumping really hard here, so MU is starting to pay us nicely. MU.
Trying to see if we can get a
Nice little continuation breakdown.
He's going down. Walmart is ripping. Yes, it's really teasing. She's really teasing.
Ticker SAVE, Dave. 1250 calls, February 16th. Swing.
Look, peek at Tesla. Just look at the selling in Tesla. I mean, oversold is an example of getting more oversold. You know, I do have a potential coming up very soon, but it needs a little bit more downside. I want to see on the 4-hour chart here, our RSI, you're starting to see some positive divergences, but I want to see Tesla make one more little low on the 4-hour chart with a higher low on the RSI. I mean, you could get a little hourly chart bounce here again, higher lows, but I want to see it make a little bit of a lower low price action. And we're actually seeing Tesla putting in a nice little 10-minute bear flag. That's a take a look at this little bear flag that's forming. It's very similar to what Micron triggered, except Micron was on the 1-minute chart. This is a 10-minute bear flag. So this suggests a potential downside all the way to 202. Take a look what happened when Micron on the 1-minute chart triggered its bear flag. So this was the same setup, bear flag, big breakdown. Tesla's on the precipice of seeing that same sort of potential occurrence. The Dixie is starting to spike here, guys. The DXY is starting to spike.
Oh my gosh.
What color is that?
I can't even watch it yet though, because it'll end spaces. But like I can just see her. I can just see her standing there looking at the camera. She looks like
What color is that? Yes.
oh.
What color is that?
Tesla broke the box down. Oh yeah, she's breaking up that consolidation.
Upside or downside?
Downside. Getting close to Friday's low on Tesla. I'm paper trading futures right now. CBC flip bearish, I'm short, but
You're gonna get
it works out. Yeah, I'm gonna get dusted.
Today there's still a lot simultaneously still holding strong. I'm still short the S&P shares sitting at an average of 3, so we're up now 40 cents. I still have a Russell 296.17 in the money. I still have a Micron Technology short position, which were in the money. I have an XOM long. I took calls basically all the way down here. 0DT calls at 96.44. I'm expecting a move all the way up to 98 bucks, believe it or not. And that would be a huge banger for us if we get into that range. I may sell them early. I may not wait for them to get in the money, but I am expecting XOM to at least test this 97.50 range. So keep your eye on that trade, as we also have a long trade on you now for the second time today. This is putting in a nice potential 10-minute bull flag. Natural gas is putting in a 10-minute bull flag. It looks primed to at least break out to the upside as of now.
Money, yes.
Chippity chop chop.
So we're into a whole host of resistance. You've lost your support recapture right now, but you have this down sloping resistance. Even if you get through that, you redraw the resistance up here, and you've just been creating this big wedge pattern. We'll leave the resistance channel here for now.
Lisa, that's our girl.
Yeah, Lisa, you have by far the most.
The DXY had a big push right back up.
People that are copying your account, what are they called? Fake account scammers out there. I have 4 of them following me, Lisa. 4 of them.
Way.
Yeah.
Damn, Lisa, you're like famous like that. I didn't even realize. Lisa's like famous like that, huh? Got fake.
I got 4 fake Lisas. was my trading going?
Oh yeah,
And
that's
I'm-
definitely not her.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say horrible.
I need your help.
and I'm gonna ask them for their bank account. Okay, there we go. XOM,
He's
huge
gonna
buy
scam the
orders.
scammers.
Yeah, I'm a Latino for a reason. XOM, huge buy orders coming in.
Wrong side.
Oh, so you had Keith on a space?
Yeah, we had the whole team on the space.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Me and Wolf ran. Yeah, we ran a few spaces with them. I think we might actually have more. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah,
It's
Yeah, they're
real
cool.
smart guys, man.
yeah,
Real
no,
smart
they're super
guys.
cool. They're very smart. I enjoyed the conversation for sure. Learned and everything what they're doing. Yeah, Hedgeye's got some cool stuff going on for sure.
Yeah. What are my guys up to? My guys are killing it. What are they doing? I watch.
All right, so we do have
Yeah, I got
the SPY trying to firm up and retrace here.
for bringing me in here.
Still inside of this. Again, Q's did confirm that breakdown. You do have the Russell coming down.
Carbon copies of Run.
Bring me in. Yeah. Yeah, we have fun, man. It's a good time.
Yeah, and I like the fact that everybody here, they all have their own thing going on, but it's nice to see like everybody that's an owner of a community or traders of different communities coming together, sharing the same space, and there's no competition. You know what I mean? It's just like we're just a bunch of guys hanging out, trying to get JP a nice older woman for Palm Beach.
Come on, MES. Spy, let's do something, baby. I'm trying to catch the short. Come on. Might get rocked. Might get smoky. Still holding half cap spot at 43.23.
All right, one of the reasons the market's selling off, well, there's a couple of reasons. You're into good tech. Since you're overbought, you got bearish divergences. You have the Dixie as the main reason. Look at this bullish reversal. This is arguably now a inverse head and shoulders that you can say it's triggered today. So kind of the opposite of the Qs. A bullish pattern on the dollar,
I'm not joking.
bearish pattern on the Qs. So the dollar's falling here a little bit. The dollar is falling here a little bit. We took full profits on our S&P 500 short position down here at the lows. Still Q put options.
Oh, Arlen, are you in credit spreads today?
Yeah, I'm in a S5 spread, so
You have Bitcoin starting to sell off some more as well. It's applying pressure to crypto stocks.
to almost where we're, well, like 43. I got it, but I'm up because it's been a few hours.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at the overall chain now for you, paper on the back end. It's like overall very bid side heavy, with some mids mixed in as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, ask side heavy. Sorry, buys
Oh, really?
overall.
Well, I mean, it's call side heavy though, in general. Yeah.
I'm just looking at that exact contract, the 262.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, CBC holding bullish. Higher high here.
I don't know why I was so hesitant to take those longs on ES from that trend line that I had. I hated that.
Yeah, it's a nice spot. I just had so many levels there. Like right, I was in that short, and then like we came right into those levels. I was like, oh, it's a little shady here.
Yeah, the 200 EMA was right up there on ES, and so was the 9. And I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? Reject the 9 and the 200? And then it just kind of just looks like it wants to close above the 9 and the 200. So I think VWAP might be the target, but I have that whole mentality of if you hesitate when you're going to take a trade, then just don't take it, you know?
Yeah, that's big. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, if you've been waiting for an A+ setup and it comes and you find reasons to not get into it.
Yeah. I mean, that would have been a nice move. That would have been, what, about 8-9 points there, 2 contracts. Damn. Oh, well, no big deal. There's another trade, so screw it. Another day. Always another trade.
There's never another Jordan.
No, sir. There's only one Easty Kid. Oh, I think there's like an Easty Kid that's somewhere.
So you can see all we've done is now retraced back to this support.
We have more
Sorry, this resistance trend line. This resistance trend line. We are above the EMA 113. That's looking slightly more bullish. So we are seeing some buyer bids coming into play here.
This kid got some work to do. That's all I have to say. He's got some work to do if he wants to beat me in the race. Right? That's it.
You have an imposter?
No, it's not even an imposter. Like, I genuinely think there's like some rapper SoundCloud kid that's named Ace Kid.
SoundCloud kid.
I am going to go do some deep research on this. I shall return.
Bitcoin's breaking down here, guys. Bitcoin is breaking down some more. Likely means because the dollar's trying to get another push higher here.
I don't know if it's like the kid Ace. I don't know.
That's weird. Jeffrey Epstein follows me.
Hey, yo! That's crazy!
You said kid.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be good, but I wouldn't bet that it is, but I'm also not just going to like shoot it before I listen to it. No problem.
Please say
But I
that.
imagine it's a bunch of like, gang this, shoot that. You know.
All right, guys, Bitcoin's about to break down and lose 40,000. It's testing a huge area here. BTC USDT. And you still have Coinbase on the session. Mara up positive. But this is a big area for Bitcoin. We lose these pivots, and I mean, yikes. We're going down to the EMA 113 at 38,000. Take a peek at this. Look at this. Big bounce though. Let's flip back to the S&P because that one is trying to also make another little push up here. Strength is coming from Apple, Microsoft now, and a little Tesla's trying to bounce off of the lows. All right, our natural gas long is starting to perk up a little bit. So if we flip to the actual underlying commodity itself, it's flag pattern. Again, I have a target of all the way up here. Big downside break.
I'm gonna look to see if we can touch VWAP on the 86 on ES, and then I'm gonna take a quick 2-lot short here.
Yeah, like that. That's where it would go.
Yeah.
All right, so just like that, we're right back to our short entry.
Where are we here?
All right, I'm shorting the S&P right here, 83.78, 483.78. This is going to be a 1/4 position. 43.78. We're right back to our previous short entry after we covered that trade. Still holding. Our Russell just also stopped us out for the second half. The Russell 2000 did stop us out for second half in profit. Still holding my Q puts. Still holding now another short on the S&P. Dollar has softened a little bit. Microsoft and Apple are curling.
Yeah, I should have took the grams. Oh my goodness, this is. Oh, we talked about it too. Yeah. ¿Por qué me pasas estas cosas a mí? Sharky.
We just want to give that one a pattern a little bit more benefit of the doubt. Bitcoin got a good wick up.
Are you making predictions, Shark? I think I've been doing these. Let me see. Let me double check that actually. God damn it. Keeps glitching for Shark. Shark, stay in Twitter. You know what to do. Come on now.
So big push up there.
Oh, I got 71% accuracy on Qs. Upside prediction. You got
Big push.
97%.
Next ad level on the SPY short is basically
5%. All right.
You can see there's this little previous
Shark, I'm going to send you a DM and you're going to join through that.
resistance channel here that we're entering right now. This high pivot zone, this high pivot, a little bit here. So I want to get to the high end of the range, which I would love to see it hit 484. And I'll add in. And The next resistance is this previous pivot breakdown. But a huge V-shaped recovery reversal there. Still doesn't mean it still could go lower. I mean, it's not out of the woodwork.
All right, fine. Fine. No, you're smoked. You're smoked. Half gap was 483.22.
I have half gap 40.
Am I smoked or you smoked?
I have 43.94.
Are we long or short, boys?
Fuck.
What do you call
CBC's bullish, but it's too late to go long here. Fuck.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I caught a little futures short on that dump right when lunch ended. On the paper trades, just practicing there, and then we caught that SPY move this morning. But other than that, I've been sitting out because that shit was so choppy through lunch, and even basically from 8 o'clock my time to 10:30. I don't know.
All right, guys, get ready to add to the SPY position. Will be our second entry.
Hold up field. Clear 484. Hey, what's going on?
Wolf, you know what you have to do when you join?
It's been a decent morning. It's a bad one, but it's been choppy throughout that lunch, so I've just been chilling.
Especially on a day where ticker symbol Wolf is up a nice 4.17%.
Wait, O or U?
Let's go.
With the O or the U?
The what do you mean, ticker Wolf?
Because there's two. There's TerraWolf, which is with U, or there's Wolf, which is with O.
Yeah. Wolf, which is Wolf with an O. Yeah.
Okay, Wolf speed. All right.
Both are green today. I will say TerraWolf absolutely fucked this year though. It's already down 46% year to date.
Wait, just in 2024?
Yeah. Also, ticker Wolf is not doing too hot either. Don't look at that year-to-date chart either.
That's rough.
That's rough. I don't understand how they're getting killed with NVDA. Apparently, NVIDIA is taking all the money in the world consensus. And AMD.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just getting slapped around. What's up with the AVAX paper? What's going on?
Oh, it's a Bitcoin sell-off.
How do I get my refund? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You sell it, you probably buy it back at like 20. You still have it.
That's how.
22, somewhere between 22 and 14, maybe.
I will say the most volatile stock that I think I've ever seen. I talked about this, Jordan. Have you seen what GCT did today?
Ooh, not today. I haven't looked at
We'll
it.
get GCT today.
Ooh, very nice. Took a dip down to the 1810. Now it's sitting at the 2060. It's some pretty significant moves in
Yeah,
today.
10% reversal today. Also, if you guys, I mean, it's tiny, but this big sympathy play right now. Have you guys traded any funds? PHUN?
No, I haven't. We've been watching DWAC though for sure. I haven't traded it though. I caught
PHUN's are crazy too.
I was looking at it this morning at up 20%, and I was like, looks interesting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's such a piece of shit.
I know. Well, I have no interest in the actual company. It's just a sympathy play.
Of course.
Basically, DeSantis.
Yeah.
So there were a bunch of things that happened. So DeSantis dropped out, which, you know, I guess gave more power over to Trump, and that was a boost for Truth Social, and then this is a sympathy to Truth Social, and at the same time, there was a partnership with Rumble that happened.
All right, so I'm about to add to my next S&P. I just added at 484.01. 484.01. I just added on that little wick up. I said as soon as you pierce 484, I will add to the position, and we just pierced it right now. So my average is now sitting at 483.90. 483.90. That's a second to half position short on the S&P 500. Again, we were able to cover our short when we had that big dip. We're into some good resistance here on the S&P.
There's zero competition now. I mean, Nikki Haley's not winning anything.
But what is DWAC? There's nothing there right now. It is a SPAC that still doesn't own anything, and is not in any time going to own anything. And they're hemorrhaging money, both Truth Social and DWAC are hemorrhaging money out the wazoo for years now.
It's completely a catalyst. Yeah, it's that come under
But AMC has assets. This has nothing.
Okay, don't say AC's
Oh,
good. Wow.
yeah.
Right after that.
No. I'm not.
AMC's good. UX bad.
No. You need to see it as a piece of junk. We sort of understand. But I mean, this is what I just say. Trading.
The aggregate of where everyone's predicting and all that type of stuff. Although I'm trying to put in a test one right now and it's not working for me. So if one of you guys can check if sites.
Let me try something.
Doing good, that'd be great. It could just totally be my Wi-Fi. I'm at a hotel.
We're crashing.
I'm having.
Are we already crashing the server?
Problems here.
Bruh. Ash, help.
Oh yeah, I'm having mass problems right now.
Yeah,
Well, I'm having problems with spaces. I keep getting kicked off.
yeah, I think there's some issues going on in the interwebs, but no, our servers are hitting me pretty hard right now. Actually, let me check with one of our tech guys.
All these degenerates in the crowd are already making predictions at the wazoo.
Yeah, and then I'm also live streaming, and I have all that making predictions too. So.
Oh, nice. How many people on the live stream now?
Right now it's 60. The other day I had like 300, just because like Spaces was doing bad. It was like not doing good. But yeah, we're doing like
Pretty sick. It's pretty sick.
I just made a call on Apple for the next hour. Posted. I don't know. Is it not a whale space? Is that tough?
All right, so it looks like the S&P some.
You know, there's going to be some big bag holders. When this is over again.
Completely reminds. Like right now, I'm watching that dumb money thing with GME and everything. I'm like, there's all these people that they're like highlighting, like sticking it to the man. I was like, all these people lost so much fucking money from this.
Yeah.
Like, it was not a like beneficial thing overall for retail investors. It just grew 2x.
I mean, listen to what Will's saying going earlier here. If you're new to trading, you trade names that you know, right? You trade names that are real, that are liquid. Apple, NVDA, AMD, Microsoft. You get the idea. Disney, Costco, Walmart. You don't trade names like DWAC or AMC or GME. You just stay away from those things.
They're good entertainment, not good trades.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, to be fair, Disney kind of sucks a lot of the time to trade.
Yeah, true. But at least you know you're trading with a real company. Yeah. It's not going to drop 40% overnight for no reason.
Unless you're trading like Baba or something like that.
I keep getting so much crap. I keep telling everybody to stay away from China. They're like, what is wrong with you?
Well, hey man,
I hate playing China.
just go grab a little bit of Yang for your index.
There you go.
Yeah.
Paper, you saw how good that did this past week?
Yeah, dude.
Yang is now 35% year to date. Triple leverage China Bear ETF.
Well, look at FXI, right? And it looked like they were going to push China to the close. But
Bitcoin just dumped like $400.
but then you look at the FXI chart, it's like on a monthly scale, if you do it way back, you're like, actually, this might be just
There's your downtick on DWAC.
Yeah, no, $2.
Listen, very simple economics with China. You have an extreme aging population, and you have a population reduction. In the second year in a row, they've lost, 1.5 million people last year versus the year before, and they were also down the previous year. That is just not a good recipe for economics. Period. End of story.
I see, by the way, that Woods put in a upside on AMD. I'm intrigued. Evan, what else are you putting in?
I had that. The last one I did was that Coinbase downside, which still hasn't hit yet. Did you say Bitcoin's continue to move lower?
It is moving lower. It just dumped like yeah. Now you don't have to delete your tweet. Your tweet's accurate now.
So Coinbase might come back in. I also took in a Disney 3-day upside because my teammate was like, "Ooh, look, that Charlie's good for a
I
second."
wish I could do another one. I did one the other day.
I'm just reviewing Duolingo here for one of the members. I'll touch base on it in my video in case you're not here, Trash Man.
We'll say 95.32 is what I'll stick to by the end of the day. Would be nice.
You're seeing this news coming out, massive 26 billion record leak from Dropbox, LinkedIn, Twitter, all named coming out of Forbes. Wow.
Interesting. Those names have been killing it recently, so we'll see. PayPal's been doing great.
By the way, Shai's not here anymore. Is anybody here bullish on Palo Alto?
Network? Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, like,
Okay, here's a little interesting little tidbit that might make you even more bullish. U.S. Representative Josh Gottheimer just bought Palo Alto Networks. Of course, Palo Alto is a cybersecurity company, and guess what Josh does? He sits on the House Intelligence Cyber Committee. So yeah, he actually oversees. You know what his specific role is?
Yeah.
Josh Gottheimer is the direct person that oversees the U.S. cyber defense budget, and he's buying Palo Alto.
I wonder where money's going.
Oh, I wonder. It's only up 20% year to date, and 106%, and it's at all-time highs. So yeah, I wonder.
Whenever you see Palo Alto get dinged off some shenanigans,
Money back. So, why?
Definitely. Yeah, that's all stuff I'm happy to get used to for sure, but we'll dip our toes into it slowly.
That's cheap. Yeah, cost is outrageous on user cost, but your account's right there. It's just easy to use and whatever.
I get you.
Interesting. A couple things I'm looking at. Potential PayPal competitor. Evan, have you seen this X Payments account that got started on X?
X Payments.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get a bunch of state rounds or something. I don't know if I would necessarily call it a PayPal competitor, but I hear what you're saying. In the payments world.
Yeah.
Is it X? Is it Musk?
Yeah. It's X Payments. It's an official X account. There's no content on it yet.
Interesting. I mean, he was PayPal, right? That was his baby. He sold it.
Oh yeah, he knows it inside and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started this account this month. X Payments, created in January 2024. Interesting. I don't know if you guys saw Casey Neistat tweeted today. He said, "Dear PayPal, I absolutely hate you." And you have like the Shopify CEO and right.
Why am I not commenting?
You know, PayPal's gotten expensive in terms of what they take for each transaction, and they're not great anymore.
They pushed the update today, though. They redid the entire invoicing interface. So, I mean, I don't know if I like it yet. I only used it once.
I'll have to take a look at it.
wonder. It's going to be interesting. Do we have a little bit of a PayPal competitor coming in?
Well, I mean, it's not. You got Square as a major PayPal competitor.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just talking about like with Elon. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting. So interesting to see.
You know, he's got to find something with Twitter to not charge people just to be on Twitter, right? So you can't keep just charging people to be on Twitter. You're not making it advertising. You have to find some other way to make money off it, because people won't keep paying it, right? That'll stop. So, you know, that would be great, right? If you could do that, start PayPal again, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that if he keeps doing this stuff, though, he's not going to get what he wants at Tesla, and the danger becomes he'll leave Tesla.
All right, so we still have the Q's under pressure here at resistance. Apple's curling down. NVIDIA's starting to curl down. Amazon's looking weak. Microsoft's still holding firm, but it's putting in a potential 5-minute bear flag. Google looks like it could maybe pop off here off support. Meta's been weak all day, negative on the session. Tesla's been weak all day, but trying to get a pop here.
And literally Tesla just becomes a car company, and its value decreases.
It's a Ford, it's a GM, right? It's I agree.
It decreases exponentially.
By the way, a lot of Tesla predictions have just come in over the last 5 to 10 minutes. A lot of them thinking it's going to go in one specific direction, so it'll be interesting to see if they're right.
Let me try to 3-day.
I'm going to play one of the earnings. Great.
I've been holding off of 3 days. Haven't been doing as good as usual, so I've been stepping away. I just keep trying before she's ready. Without luck, so.
I mean,
I'm not going to tell the bottom of my real account, though. I've been trying to do it better, but that's also my work. I might just stay away altogether for now.
You know, my head says that Tesla's going to have better, only because they've been lowering prices of their cars everywhere. There's so much competition. Everybody's talking about oversupply in the EV space and less demand. But it's Tesla and Musk, and somehow they always find a way. Do you know what I'm saying? They always find a way.
Yeah. I get you. You can do that. Can yesterday's blow. Nice gap up today. Just consolidating back and forth.
How about Palantir today? It was up $1.50 at one point. What the hell? And then they raised.
Remember that one time? Yeah. They sold I don't know how many billions of puts, and then they opened up so deep in the money, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. But usually the market makers, they get the implied move is much bigger than they anticipated. And as soon as that happens, you look at the next.
Qs are still just fighting this resistance. They're wanting. It looks like they're wanting to push up, to be honest.
Wow, did we just double the IV on these in the last 20 minutes? Yeah, we did.
To be honest, Microsoft and Apple are usually premium selling. I usually sell premium on those for earnings. The mega cap ticket. Amazon though, she's a mover. She's a mover. Google could be a mover. Yeah.
PayPal Meta can move too.
Oh, not selling any premium on that. That's not going to be what it is.
Right, boys, I got to jump here in a minute or two, so real quick, I just wanted to remind everybody, first off, if you are enjoying these, make sure to check out the speakers. Great panel across the board up here today. Always love being with them. Shout out to the host, Jordan. Count continuing to chug away. He put out another newsletter this morning. I highly recommend everyone go ahead and check that out as well. Always great way to start your Monday. Jordan, did you have any other thoughts on the predictor side of things?
No, I mean, just definitely everybody should take opportunity to tune into the contest. We got earnings coming up, right? So all our favorite companies or earnings are coming on those. We're going to have a lot of those contests rolling. So I would just say everybody watch out for those, and hopefully you guys can make some money hitting some good predictions. So watch out for all the contests we're running. It should be a fun week, really. I'm not going to lie. We got the month is wrapping up, right, Wolf, for the contest? The monthly contest?
Yeah, we got 1 week left.
1 week left, so everybody's. If you haven't joined the team, join the team. There's 4 amazing teams to choose from. I think it should be somewhere up there if you just scroll. But choose a team, get in there. Let's try and end the last week strong, and we'll see how the next season goes. But me and Sharky gotta take out Evan. He's been holding this first place for basically the whole month. We're right behind him, so we gotta try and take it. Last week, strong week. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so the indices are trying to push up here into the close. Power hour has officially commenced in about 10 seconds. And we are getting a nice little push.
And also remember to verify your accounts, guys, with your phone numbers. We don't use your phone numbers for anything other than verification. The goal here is just to prevent spam accounts, just like X, Twitter. The internet's full of a bunch of bots and spammers, so we're trying to minimize that and maintain the integrity of the site and community. So please do verify your accounts with your phone number. And again, want to thank everybody for your participation in the community, all of your contributions in terms of.
A la selección de Ghana no están.
So again, that little trend line has rejected us once, twice, 3 times, and a whole bunch of times in this vicinity. Netflix 490. Yeah, I mean, Netflix has earnings this week, so anything can happen. It certainly looks likely that it wants to fill that big technical gap. You think 490 today? Oh no, I don't see that today. That 508 is your big gap fill. But this is kind of a negative divergence, RSI, but you got to wait for earnings for more data. If it popped up into this 550, 560, I'd maybe look for a short trade. But yeah, you're going to be entering this big range here where a lot of people got caught and liquidated Netflix off of this huge big collapse. So once you enter break even in this range, there will be some sellers that start to try to drive this price action down, which is why you're already seeing this having trouble getting above this area despite the indices just ripping higher here. Look back at the Qs here again. Apple's curling down, NVIDIA's trying to curl down. Bitcoin's trying to recapture 40,000. Amazon negative on the session. Energy stocks have caught a bit. Oil up 1.76%. Technical breakout on oil. On watch for continuation move higher. Save Airlines up 22%. Massive move. You only have 3 sectors red in the S&P. That is staples, utilities, and XLY. The rest of the sectors are positive. Strength in the Dow Jones transports. It's up over 16,000. The industrial average actually did hit my upside target. The DJI, Dow Jones Industrial Average, did hit my upside target today. So is the Q's going to break out here with Apple triggering a head and shoulders? No confirmation yet, and Q's are trying to firm up here. The Dow to the indice is trying to push up. SPY getting a nice wick to the high side. We have 35 minutes left in the trading session. The best performing mega cap stock today is Apple, up 1.2%. Qs are breaking out here. Qs are breaking out a little bit. Apple's still fighting this resistance point. Qs will rip if Apple can firm up here. A 1-minute chart breakout. Russell appears to be heading to the highs of the day. We banked today on many different trades, on the long, on the short side. So in the last like hour, 2 hours, the oil market has softened up. So oil's actually taking a little bit of a breather here. So Apple finding some rejection. Qs are still holding this potential 10-minute, 5-minute breakout. Dixie is still at the highs, but softening just a little bit here as we speak. All right, there's Apple. Qs are still holding firm though. All right, so we have 9 minutes left in this session. You can see Apple had a big breakdown. Now it's having an even bigger, quicker recovery to the upside. Q's had a big breakout, big fall back to the retest of this trendline breakout. We are holding this breakout retest. So that's a positive sign right now for the Q's, the fact that we are holding the positive retest. So this pattern has triggered a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders. So it's a bullish intraday pattern. It does suggest upside continuation of roughly, all the way back to this neckline retrace. So a couple of intraday bullish pattern triggered, but also an intraday bearish pattern triggered. So the bearish pattern is bigger. So you want to give it a little bit more validity. But right now, if you close back underneath this trend line and really lose this impulse green candle reversal, then the Qs, it opens up the probabilities to heading even lower on the Qs, probably continuation sell-off tomorrow. But as of now, things are positive, holding steady. You can see that the Qs were just hit the support trend line, pivot to pivot, bounce and reversal. Microsoft is seeing a heavy 2-minute down candle there into the close, 5 minutes left on the session. Microsoft and Google are selling off pretty hard. Google getting really hit hard here.